Hello, I'm here today to talk about my experience with experiential learning for my trip to Greece, which I took from March 5th to March 12th for a national forensics tournament. Well, actually, international forensics tournament where we competed against other teams from the United States, but on a global level. And got to, experience things that we've never experienced before. So, to get into a little of the, trip was, so we went to Athens, Greece. We stayed directly in Athens, Greece, but on one of the days we visited other islands, which I'll get into, and we went to many landmarks, like the Acropolis, the Olympic Stadium, things like that, which were super incredible, and I went with my speech and debate team, but I hung out majority of the time with my best friend on the team, Christy Katowski, which I shared a room with, and we spent pretty much every minute together, because it was a really good bonding experience for the both of us. So basically on the first day when we got there, we were jet lagged, so we were tired and things like that, but we explored and got some authentic Greek food around the area of Athens we were staying in. We explored a little bit, got some Greek food, went to some bakeries, and then kind of went to bed a little bit early to prepare for the next day. We woke up the next day and went to the Acropolis with our entire team, and the director of communications, Anne Freimeyer. So that was super fun, and we got a photo which I'll include with this reflection. It was a beautiful experience, and climbing it was amazing, and the sunlight that came in, and seeing things that are just the oldest pieces of architecture. They was just beautiful, and it was amazing to just see a piece of history. I've never experienced something like that before, and it was amazing to be there with people who I know are also interested in the history about it and things like that. It was just absolutely beautiful. And then we explored the area that the Acropolis is in after, went to a few stores, and then we ended up wandering around, just seeing, where we were at, and we wandered to the Olympic Stadium. And we were like, wow, so we took a photo there, and then we also wandered to this place called Turtle Paradise, which is like the National Garden, and they had a pond with a bunch of turtles, which I've never seen before, and that was amazing. And just I never expected that just wandering around would help me find all these amazing places, and it was awesome, and it was amazing. Then we, walked around another day. This was a free day, so we got to kind of choose what we did. So we went around, kind of near the Acropolis, kind of like in a back part. I think it's called Plakos. I can't, I'm trying to pronounce it the best I can. And then we actually met this lady who feeds cats every night. She's part of a organization in Greece where they feed all the stray cats, because people don't really have cats as pets there, which was shocking. So they're kind of strays, but they they spade and neuter the cats, take care of them, feed them every night. So it was amazing, and she happened to be from Ohio, and so it was incredible to meet her. And it's amazing that just the people you meet and experience when you least expect it. That was one of the most amazing peoples we met, and I really enjoyed meeting her. She was even in the army for a few years, and it was just awesome. So meeting her was really cool, and just kind of wandering around those neighborhoods, and it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We climbed a huge staircase, and it had an incredible view. And I've never been out of the country. No one in my family has. Since we immigrated here, I have not been out of the country, or anyone in our family, and I'm the first person in my family to actually get a passport. So this experience was just absolutely life-changing. My parents, for them to be able to tell people that I was doing this through the school and having this wonderful experience, it was just amazing, and it was definitely life-changing. I've never taken a plane ride where you get fed a meal. That was just, everything about it was just absolutely shocking to me. And just, I would not, change it for the world. It was awesome. So the next day we competed, which is, really interesting, because we've never competed in hotel rooms before, which is where we competed. And it was very cool. We got to see a different part of Athens, and it was amazing to be in a space where these people are talking about things they love in like a little bit of a different scenery, like being out of the country and getting this opportunity through like forensics. It was absolutely amazing. And I bonded with people from schools that we would never normally, get the opportunity to bond with. We never, or like see schools that we don't normally get to see because they're too far across the country or they're not in our like league, things like that. So it was absolutely amazing to meet these people that we're all here for the same reason, and we're all here to experience this culture. So that was absolutely beautiful. And then the next day we went on a boat cruise, which started at like 7 a.m. and we didn't get done until 7 p.m. And we visited 3 different islands, in Greece all day, and we had such good food. There was actually a snail on my fish. It was so fresh. But we went to Hydra. I don't want to butcher the name, so I don't think I'm gonna try here, but I know Hydra was beautiful. I mean, probably the best view I've ever seen in my life. It looked like Pinterest. And then there was so many cats. They call that the cat island. So everything there has like cats, and they ride donkeys because they actually don't have any vehicles. So that was shocking. They don't even have vehicles on the island where people live, and they ride around on donkeys. I mean, it was so like clean and just beautiful, like absolutely beautiful. And the water was amazing. That was a life-changing experience. Definitely. It was just something I would love to experience that again. Were my expectations met, exceeded, or lowered? Exceeded my expectations. I have never been out of the country. I've never been in a culture, essentially, that was different than the one I live in now. And it was beautiful. The place, I knew that Greece was like a beautiful place, but seeing it with my own eyes and experiencing the culture and the people was just something like so different than I ever thought. And it was definitely like, like I can't even describe it because I had nothing, I had no pre-existing ideas for what this experience was going to be like. So it definitely exceeded whatever I had in mind. And it was amazing. What surprised me is I knew there was jet lag, but I did not know how hard it was going to hit. So that was something that was really hard to adjust to. And actually, it put me on a better sleep schedule in our time zone because I was so used to waking up. So now I've been waking up even earlier, and it put me back on schedule. But that definitely surprised me. Also, it surprised me how many people actually did know English. A lot, because we were in a little bit more tourist of a place. So a lot of people did know English. And did understand. And things were actually a lot cheaper, and their money, the way their money works was actually very interesting because they have different bills and money there. So that was interesting. What I learned is honestly just how to interact with people that you might not speak the same language, or there might be a barrier between like Proximus, like people stand a lot closer there, which was something I had to get used to. And that was definitely an experience. People standing a lot closer. That was really interesting. And that was definitely something I was surprised about. But I learned that, we learn about, people from other cultures acting differently, but I actually experienced it. So I learned that these aren't just things we're learning. These are actually real world things. And it kind of put that in place in my mind. So what I might apply from this experience to benefit me in society professionally is honestly how to communicate and have relationships with people from different cultures, and communicate with people that are outside, the norm for what I usually am in. Like, I had to communicate with people who didn't speak the same language, so I had to adjust, the way I'm talking to people, or my mannerisms, or some things might be offensive there that I'm not aware of. So it kind of, taught me that there's a time and a place, and there's also a certain way that different cultures act, and that was definitely something I can apply in the future. Also, it's definitely gave me the experience of being abroad, if that makes sense. So professionally, it can be something that I communicate to people about, I've been overseas and I've had this experience, and I have the ability to be overseas, and do this. Also academically, I think it honestly just opened my eyes to a whole different set of a whole different space in the world, and just a whole different set of people I can learn from, and just learn how they do things, and what how things look differently there. It was just absolutely amazing. But I think before I finish this off, I'm going to show some of the souvenirs I got for family and friends, because my family has not being able to get out of the country, so I wanted to give them some mementos. So this is actually hand painted by someone in Greece and handmade. So I really wanted to get some locally made things while I was there to, think about the experience. And my little brother actually has recently beat cancer, and his favorite color is red. So I got him some worry beads, which have good karma, and they're a really good symbol of peace where they in Greece. So I thought that would be really nice. So that was amazing. And then I got some postcards from the Acropolis itself. I thought those were amazing. But these are actually from the Acropolis. So to memorialize kind of that idea, and going there and doing that was absolutely amazing. And I would not change this experience to the world. I am so appreciative of getting this opportunity and getting to experience something outside of the United States and outside of my everyday life. It absolutely exceeded every expectation I have, and getting to do it with people I love and would love to spend time with, it was just amazing. And seeing views that you can only imagine seeing in photos. They don't even grasp it fully, what it was like. It was breathtaking. It really was. And so I really appreciate this experience. I'm super grateful for it, and thank you so much.